Good afternoon. Welcome to Donnell Stadium in Findlay, Ohio for the Division II football playoffs. Round one, and the University of Findlay Oilers playing host to the Mavericks of Minnesota State. And Minnesota State won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so the Oilers will start on the offensive side of things. Tim Montgomery, Stephen Adams will be joined later by Andrea Hoffman. And we'll get you all the details on this one as we get going here. Findlay and the home blacks with the orange letters and numerals. Minnesota State in the white with the purple letters and numerals and the gold trim. High spinning kick, going to be fielded right about the 3-yard line. Looking to bring it towards the middle. Finds a little bit of a seam across the 25 and out to the 27. Let's take a quick look at the tail of the tape on these two teams, give you an idea of what to expect from the Oilers and the Mavericks here. Findlay is the number 2 seed. They can come in with a 10-1 record, 8-1 in the GMAC. Meanwhile, it's an 8-3, 7-3 record for the Mavericks, 28 points a game compared to for the Mavericks, 35.5 points per game. Findlay being headed out by their quarterback, Chase Harrison. 1,100 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's split duty at times this season with other quarterbacks. What to watch, though, is this right here. Jaden Farmer, the running back, takes it to the outside and is close to 10 yards on first down. And this is going to be a matchup of two old-school running teams that really want to grind out the ground game.
No doubt about it. I think that was clear and evident over the past couple of weeks. I think even take for Findlay, Jaden Farmer has carried the ball. You can basically say about an average of 20-plus times a game, and a healthy dose last week at Tiffin.
2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the near side. Harrison now brings the tight end into the backfield as an H-back. Farmer just to his left. 10-yard pickup on first down on the first touch. This time, though, the Mavericks rally to the football, hold it to a 2-yard pickup at the 41, 2nd and 8 coming up.
This Mavericks defense, you've seen pretty equal guys getting to the ball. You didn't see one guy with glaring stats, just a lot of guys getting halves to the ball.
Mowbray's the guy that gets a lot of attention, and with good reason, a first-team All-NSIC performer and a big-time run stopper. Findlay on 2nd and 8 goes 2 to the right, 1 tight to the formation on the near side. H back up and Farmer to the right of Harrison in that pistol formation. Brings the man down in motion. Back, throws a little out, finds the tight end, and he dives close to the first down. Looks like he might be about a half. No, they're going to mark it and say he got the first down. And that's something that when you looked at film, Coach, you think the tight end / H-backs for Findlay might have a big say in this game.
So those guys could be a factor, right? Can they attack the middle of the field? Can they get the short passes and turn them and keep the chains going? I think we're pretty evident so far in the game.
Pair of first downs for the Oilers. They'll go 2 receivers to the near side, 1 up top. Showing 4 and maybe a rush 5th for the Mavericks on the top side of the formation. Send Nielsen across the formation. So it's 2 receivers right side. Play action again. Looks, loads up, looking near side for Furlong. Yep. He catches it and hauls it in near the 15-yard line of the Mavericks. And the Oilers looking to threaten on this opening drive.
Furlong was going to have to be a factor, wasn't he? I thought that was, you knew at some point in time he could take the top off the defense or be a factor in the short intermediate game too. Early on, we hit him quick.
Well, you soften them up with the run game, you get them worrying about it, and all of a sudden that play action means something.
Absolutely. You want to get more hats in the box with the run game. I know they know Findlay wants to run the ball. They committed to it. One-on-one action on the outside.
2 receivers to the left in almost a stack formation. H-back to the left. Single receiver Furlong. Now bring a man into the backfield deep. He'll get the handoff. Bounces it to the outside. It's a foot race to the end zone. And the Findlay Oilers strike first blood and lead at 6-0.
Christian Davis, 2 backs they were going to use. If those guys can stay fresh, they can give the defense fits. Here we are early on, both guys touching the ball and being effective in the run game.
Very much a thunder and lightning pair.
Absolutely.
And you saw the speed of Davis as he took it to the outside. Now the Oilers will bring in Zach Bards for the extra point attempt. He's 33 of 36 on point after tries on the season.
Looks like it's actually Owen Clevenger right now.
Oh, it is. Bard's not there. Clevenger who handles most of the kickoffs and the punting duties, and he absolutely drills that one high and through. So there's a little change. I don't know if Bards is injured. We had not received any word about it, but a 7-0 lead here early on. Let's go ahead and bring in the third member of our broadcast team. Let's go ahead and check in with our sideline reporter, Andrea Hoffman here. Andrea?
Yeah, and this may seem like a new rivalry here, but it's a historic afternoon here in Findlay, Ohio. The Oilers have been waiting nearly 3 decades to host a playoff game on this field, but the Mavericks, on the other hand, are used to deep tournament runs in the season. So, you know, they're facing some different challenges here. A team coming from very far away, a team from home here. It'll be interesting to see how these teams line up today.
All right, thank you, Andrea. Now, Clevenger to boot this one away. 2 men back deep. Williams and Stoff back to field the kickoff here. Both of them very dangerous returners.
We know Williams has returned some things on interceptions and for the Mavericks as well too, so definitely a guy you got to keep your eye on.
Bit of a crosswind, high short kick, fielded at the 14, looks to bring it to the middle and breaks an initial tackle and pushes it out to the 24-yard line. That's where it'll be 1st and 10. Let's get a look at this Minnesota State quarterback who will be leading the Mavericks here, who find themselves trailing 7-0. Mitchell Thompson kind of split time with another quarterback earlier who got injured in week 5. He's 76 of 133, 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But to be honest, he's a little more comfortable running the football than he is throwing.
Well, I was going to say he's fit for it, right? You're talking about 6'3", 220 pounds. You get a QB like that, +1 in the run game, that can be very tough on a defense.
Yeah, a little Roethlisberger-like with those kind of physical makeups.
Absolutely.
Rolls out to the near side and finds the pass and has close to a 1st down. Well, we talked about both teams wanting to run the football, but the passing game's already featured here by both teams in the early going. 9-yard pickup as they catch the receiver on the near side here. That was Guyette. 2nd and 1 now for Thompson. 1 wide out to the top, wide out to the near side, couple tight ends, H-back.
It's like 21 personnel, tight end and a fullback.
Hand off and finding some running room and just tripped up, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
Tackled by safety, Luke Wyrow.
Luke Wyrow, the younger brother of Sam Wyrow, the linebacker and leading tackler on this team. 1st down though, and good hard running, and backers fun to watch run the football. Again, load up the personnel on the offensive line, bring a receiver in motion, give it to him on the jet, gets corner turn, looking, but pursuit comes, and a great play to get off there. That's Johnny Harris, who came up from his secondary position, fought off the tackler, and made the short stop.
Johnny Harris is an effective down-the-hill safety, likes to tackle, likes to mix it up.
Harris in his career has been linebacker. He's been what they called a star backer here at one point, and now safety. Right now he's lined up almost like a linebacker on that right side. Wide out to each side, back behind, handoff into the pack, and no place to really go. Might have lost a 1/4 of a yard on that. Brings up a 3rd down and still call it 8.
Both downs there, they were in 21 personnel with a tight end and an H-back, fullback type of guy. Typically, they want to see if teams will commit another safety down in the box to stop them, to create one-on-one matchups on the outside.
3 receivers left, 2 to the near side, an empty backfield set for Thompson. Gives it a long look, takes the snap. Findlay brings pressure up the middle, hit as he releases it, but he completes it. Nice pass, threw that one on a line and found his big tight end. Found Hudson Dillon, actually a wide out. And I'll tell you what, give Thompson credit. You talked about his size. He needed all of it there because he got hit cleanly right up the middle and still delivered an absolute strike.
For an injured player of the defense.
Big target at 6'4", over the middle. It's always tough.
He's not hard to find, I don't think. Set the play clock, and now we're ready to go. 2 receivers, including Dillon, who just had that big catch on 3rd and long. Out to the left side. H back up on the near side. That's Jones. And a check off to the side. They're going to audible and shift it up here. Send the back. Henderson out to the left, so it's trips left. An empty backfield again. Quarterback's going to keep on the near side. Tried cutting it back to the middle, but he slipped, and when he did, his knee touched down back at the 42. So going to be a loss of a yard. Call it a tackle for loss.
Getting a little creative there, kind of using an empty formation, trying to see if they can commit more guys to the field to be able to bring the quarterback back to the weak side where maybe the corner's hanging out there with the QB run. Definitely want to get him involved in the run game like we talked about.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Flex that tight end back and forth. Gives it to Henderson, and he breaks a couple of tackles and pushes it inside the Oiler 35 to the 34. Going to leave them with a third and about 3. Good hard running, bouncing off that left side. Got in behind Gribble. Got a nice seal block. It's a really good-sized offensive line. Averages about 6'3", 305 across there. And they do love to run block. Going to go trips to the left. Put a tight end in the backfield. So another empty backfield set. Looks, throws the quick out, but he dropped it.
It gave you kind of a similar look to previous before, which showed run, but then went pass.
So bring on Fournier, the place kicker. He is 2 for 3 from beyond 50, so this should be well within his range. Now this is going to be right about at his season long, which is 51. They're spotting it at the 41, so a 51-yard attempt. Wind has died down at this moment, but I don't think it's going to affect, maybe a little bit at his back. Snap back, the spot down, the kick is up, and it's going to fall short. It was about 4 yards, 5 yards shy there.
Flag on the play.
Was on line, but we got a flag, and Minnesota State pointing towards Findlay.
Looked like offsides, Tim. Like he jumped
Offside.
a little bit on there.
Defense number 8 in the neutral zone at the snap.
So they got
5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
That's unfortunate. And it's enough for a first down. It's not just going to give him another chance. It's enough for the first down and takes it inside the Findlay 30-yard line to the 29. 7:53 left here in the first. Oilers lead the Mavericks 7-0 here in Division II playoff action on ESPN Plus. Tim Montgomery, Stephen Adams, Andrea Hoffman with you. 2 swing to the right of the receivers. Now bring the tight end from left to right. Back and looking to throw. Thompson throws out here. And the Oilers are playing off on the corners here, trying to keep everything in front of them and make the Mavericks drive the football, and so far they are. 2nd and 5 coming up.
Be a good drive starter to be able to get started on first down, 5 yards.
Well, they definitely like to play ahead of the sticks as opposed to behind them, but everybody does. But I think it's, especially for an offense that is run-oriented as they are, it's especially big.
Correct.
Handoff and plenty of room for Backer to the outside, a foot race, and he's going to win it. Oilers completely misread that and misaligned, and Minnesota State able to take advantage, and they're an extra point away from tying this up at 7.
Tim, as we looked at it, we thought we'd see it be almost unevenly, it looked even on paper, right? And I would say first, both drives by both teams looked very, very similar. A little bit of pass, a little bit of run to finish it off.
So that offsides penalty is huge as it creates a 7-point swing. Snap back spot is up, and it is good. 7:15 left in the first. Each team has had the ball once, and each has found the end zone. This is Division II playoff football. Take another look at it here, and you can see the linebackers definitely confused and no opportunity to get out there in time and get into space to make the play.
Typically, you like to have somebody out there to be able to have edge contain. Looks like they got a little lost and caught up there.
All right, Let's go ahead and take a break. This is Division II playoff football on ESPN+.
Make it yours in Division II. Visit ncaa.org/D2 to learn more.
Back here at Donnell Stadium in Findlay, Ohio for Division II playoff action. Mavericks and Oilers tied at 7 after each team has had a possession, and the kickoff is going to go out the back of the end zone, touch it back, bring it out to the 25. That's where we'll start 1st and 10. Saw him a little bit in that first drive, had a couple of key runs. Jaden Farmer, really the middle of this engine. It's not just his ability to run the football, but also his availability. Because you have to worry about him, it creates opportunities for others. Like we said, Christian Davis on the touchdown run. But right now, not in the lineup. Pistol formation, tight formation. Hand off to Davis, and he finds room on the outside. Oh, and he was a tackle away from taking that one as he takes it across the 30 out to the 33-yard line. And that was kind of similar to the backer run, and that right side was just vacated.
Yes, and there was a seam there, and in big games like this, right, tackling and breaking tackles is going to be important.
Farmer back in there. Davis comes out after the 8-yard pickup. Stretch 3 receivers near side, single to the top side. Handoff, Farmer, he'll try the right side. That's into the short side, and he's able to turn his shoulders and drive for a pickup of 3, maybe 4, and get the first down for the Oilers.
A little counter action for first down. Pull the guard, pull the H-back, coming around, is able to get outside. First down for the Oilers.
You watch the Oilers on film, and they use those H-backs in so many different ways and so effectively.
And there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them.
1st and 10 from their own 38 for Findlay. Mavericks again load up that defensive line of scrimmage. Handoff, bringing it to the near side. Got a flag almost immediately. Davis cut down in the backfield for a loss. His Oilers ran kind of right into the teeth of what the Mavericks were doing there defensively. Got a procedure call.
Looks like the tight end stepped off the line, but nobody else stepped up. Yep.
Well, the Findlay offensive lineman now is pointing the other way.
Illegal formation. 5 in the backfield on the offense.
Yes.
Yep. That penalty's declined. 2nd down.
Okay. So the offensive lineman didn't hear what he thought he heard at the end of the day. Loss of 3 makes this 2nd down and 13. Two receivers to each side for Harrison. Has Farmer to his left. Mavericks showing 4 down, playing the pass here. Harrison on the drag finds Nielsen. And Nielsen across the 40 and out to about the 43. Nice pickup. Sets him up with a 3rd and about 5. Mavericks changing out that defensive front. Oilers changing out some of the quote-unquote skilled personnel. Furlong and Nielsen go to the top of the formation. 2 receivers to the near side. Mavericks looking like they're going to bring pressure here. Farmer the back to the right. Under 5 minutes left here in the opening quarter, tied at 7.
Bring 5.
Harrison back, throws across the middle, complete. 1st down yardage and more inside the 40, down near the 38-yard line. And that was Gilbo, I believe, they found.
The 2 catches early often, right? Get them involved in the game, get those tight ends involved.
Well, and that is always part of this team's strategy. When you look at the Oilers, they throw a lot of different things at you to keep you honest in all parts of the field.
A lot of different personnel groupings. They can be in anything from a spread look, 10 personnel, all the way down to 21 personnel.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right with a fresh set of downs. Farmer the back. He'll get the handoff. Drops his head and pushes forward, takes it to the 35, pick up a 4. 2nd and 6 coming up.
We talked about it earlier. He always falls forward. I think that's a key to a good back. Care if it's a 1-yard gain or a 2-yard gain, he always falls forward.
The Mavericks switching out defensive line almost after every play here, trying to keep people fresh.
Keep them fresh. When a team like this runs, you want to get as many bodies in and to be fresh to stop the run or even attack the pass as well, too.
A couple extra bodies on that defensive line of scrimmage. Nielsen goes across the formation. Fake the handoff, boots out the backside, looks, throws, complete, and up the sideline, and finally pulled down inside the 10. That was Remy with the catch, and again, you could see the play action. You had to be honest with Farmer, and it allowed the time and space for Harrison here.
You have to respect it, and then the crazy part about that is with those boots, you got to respect the run, but it's always the action coming across the grain that allows that receiver to get open.
1st and 10. Call it the 16 of the Mavericks. Tied at 7, but Findlay threatening again here in the red zone. Give to Farmer and runs into a mass of humanity. Maybe gets a yard. It looked like it had a bit of RPO to it. And went ahead and gave it up, and Jaden didn't have any place to go.
Yeah, they ran the counter again. Looked like same side counter, back on the same side as the action's coming back to. Stayed tight inside, did a pretty good job.
Speaking of Farmer,
there he is.
171 attempts, 802 yards coming in. He's already added to that. 4.7. Him and Backer, almost identical numbers on the season. You can see why they're both so highly regarded. Play action, looks, wanted to go up top, wasn't there, so Harrison's going to tuck it and run, get a little something out of it. He wanted his tight end up the right side. I think it was Gilbo heading into the end zone, but he was covered up nicely by the Mavericks.
Great job on the coverage and great choice on his to just get up, get vertical, get what he can get out of it.
So 3rd and 8. There's double checking the personnel grouping. Put Remy in a slot along with Nielsen over here on the near side. Single receiver up top. Play action, steps up, throws it, had to throw it over the rushing defender. Great play by Nathan Drum coming from that linebacker spot. If Chase has a clean path, that's probably a first down, but because he had to throw it over the top of the arm, he just missed his target.
Credit to the defensive end, did a great job of staying home. They got hit on that boot pass a little earlier. He stayed home a little better this time, and that little touch pass could have got it there. He was wide open. Nonetheless, good play by him.
So bring on Clevenger for the field goal attempt, and Owen hasn't attempted one this year. Spotted down at the 21, so a 31-yard attempt. He certainly has the leg for this.
Yes, he does.
Crosswind is picked up a little bit. Spot down, the kick's blocked. And so we will stay knotted at 7 apiece. So Akanzi gets in there to make the play. And that gives a little extra life to the Mavericks here. Take another look at it here. Snap is good, hold is good, but Okanzi just got in there, and he got in clean off the end.
Yep.
And that's certainly not on any part of the kicker, the hold, or the snap. So the Mavericks will take over at the 20-yard line. Still tied at 7 with a minute 29 remaining here in the first quarter. Rolling near side is Thompson, looking, now he's gonna tuck it, and he's gonna be forced out of bounds after about a 5, maybe a 6-yard pickup. We'll see where they spot it.
Run out of bounds by Sam Farmer.
Have a official without a hat, which makes me think somebody must have run out of bounds.
4-yard gain on the play, second down, 6.
So they spot him at the 24, so 2nd and 6 coming up. Good coverage by Findlay and a good decision by Thompson. 2 wideouts to the left for the Mavericks. Again, quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to be dropped for the loss. That Henderson, Bumba.
Canning, Michael Canning, 54.
And Canning in there as well. They actually had a meeting at the quarterback.
Somebody's excited, right?
I saw the sweatshirt earlier.
Yes, it must be family.
But you watch it, everybody's in there.
Couldn't tell if that was supposed to be, if something went wrong there. It looked like a little bit of a handoff, and he followed. He's excited.
He's excited, and he should be. Brings up a 3rd down and 10.
3rd and long.
5 receiver package, 3 to the wide side, 2 to the near side. Thompson, the straight drop, looks, floats it out here. Got to the sticks. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did.
1st down.
Well, that's just an old-fashioned sticks route. He ran out there, floated it to Thompson, and pulled it in for the 1st down.
Couple big 3rd down conversions for the Mavericks so far.
We talk so much about the run game, and it has been a part of this, but both quarterbacks, I think, probably throwing more than they have in the last few weeks.
He's trying to keep both off balance a little bit, right? You know, kind of expect to run so heavy. How can you be a little bit more balanced?
That'll end the 1st quarter, and after one quarter, each team has been in the end zone once at 7-7. This is Division II playoff football on ESPN+. Back here in Findlay, Ohio at Donnell Stadium for the Division II playoffs. 1st and 10 and the reverse end around. Got some running room and takes it out across the 45 to the 46. So a little bit of shenanigans by the Mavericks, and it pays off with a big pickup on 1st down.
Coming out with the reverse on the first play.
1st and 10 at the 47. 2 wideouts to the near side. Slot a tight end on this side as well. Back and looking to throw again. Thompson hit as he releases, and good coverage on that backside. Jayon Harvey comes up and makes sure that the pass is not completed. But again, Findlay is getting in that backfield.
I would say they're pretty active right now, getting deflections and putting a little bit of pressure on the QB. Doing great on 1st down, 2nd down. Got to find a way to get up the field if they get the 3rd down action.
2nd and 10 here after the incompletion. 2 wideouts to the top. That's the short side of the field. 1 wideout here to the near side.
Bringing pressure up the edge.
Back, throws it out, and great catch if it's a good one. And they say it is. He had to lay out. The only thing I wasn't sure of is that his shoulder hit down before anything out of bounds, before anything inbound. But the official said he did.
Looked like a comeback route. Pushed his depth, got him on the shoulder, broke off it. Good catch.
Right back at it. Couple receivers this side. Bring the tight end from the right to the left. Thompson with the back behind backer. Waits, and he's going to be sacked. That time getting into the backfield for the Oilers was 97, Carl Biddings. And I'll tell you, when Thompson gets rid of it in time, he's fine. But if he holds on to that for even a split second, he's got an Oiler on him.
I'd say the Oilers probably say that defensive line group's one of the most improved groups for them.
Two wideouts, couple tight ends, an H-back, bring one across. Throw the screen out here on the near side to Backer. Backer picks up a couple of blockers, and the Findlay faithful wanted a illegal block here on the near side, but no flag. Henderson and Luke Wyrau on the stop, but not before a nice pickup. Turns this into 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6. So far, the Mavericks are 2 for 3 on 3rd down. Can the Oilers get off the field here? Can the Mavericks convert?
3 receivers to the top. Backer comes back into the backfield. Single wide out on the near side. Throws the quick on the slant. And the Oilers are given, we talked about it on the previous drive, they're giving them time and space out there on the edges, and Thompson is taking advantage of it.
Once again, doing good on 1st and 2nd down. Got to find a way to finish it on 3rd.
Tackled by Bumba, but again, not till he had the 1st down. And they're knocking on the door just outside the red zone. 2 to the left, again, bring the back into the backfield. That's Backer.
Pressure off the edge.
Looking, has time, now flushed. He's got some running room, and he's going to go down. And Thompson's going to take it to about the 22, about a pickup of 6. Going to leave him with 2nd and 4. Wyrau and Henderson on the stop. They actually kind of took each other out here. If you watch this,
I was going to say, look like both blow to blow. Same guys.
I think Minnesota was, and I wasn't Sam on that. Who was I didn't catch the other player there.
Looks like they brought an extra lineman in the game, Tim, a little unbalanced here on the left.
2nd and 4.
Screams heavy run.
Yep, and right into the teeth. Backer on the carry, not much, if anything. A whole host of Oilers there. Wilson in on that.
Wilson with the stop for Findlay. Loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down and 5 from the Findlay.
So a loss of 1, another tackle for loss. Both these teams get their fair share of those. So 3rd and 5. Last minute change out of one of those linemen.
Yep.
Bring Henderson the back to the left. They like to hit him out of the backfield a lot of times.
Playing coverage right now.
Thompson playing over the top. Back shoulder throw, incomplete.
A great play by the defensive back.
Was running with him step for step. I think that was Bumba again. And so bring on Fournier and the field goal unit again. This will be spotted down at the 30, so a 40-yard attempt. Missed earlier from 51. A little bit, wind's a little bit into his face. We got a flag. Is this going to be a delay? Or?
There's a little movement on the left. Look like the wing, the tight end, 87.
So that's going to back this up 5 and turn this into a 45-yard attempt. And that might change the decision-making altogether here.
Looks like they're bringing the offense back in.
5-yard penalty.
And the action happens just out of our sight there, but you can kind of see the tail end of it, him stepping back there. And it does change the decision-making here and turn this into on 4th and long 10, short 11. They're going to go 5 receivers here, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Findlay showing pressure. Straight drop, pressured, doubling back, and the Oilers are going to sack him back at the 35-yard line. And each team has come up with a big play on fourth down.
That's been huge. That was a huge moment for them, especially with the third down conversions. Fourth and long. Way to hold their water on that one, and great sack there by Findlay.
Take another look at it here. It was a persistence thing. Good coverage downfield also helps with it. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was Big London Claxton who was the one wrapped around his ankles.
More importantly, Tim, on that one, it was the hustle, right? It was the relentless mode and persistent to go. First guy didn't get him, but the other guys were able to.
Stays tied at 7, 10-12 left here in the first half. Findlay goes back on offense. Nielsen goes across the formation for Findlay. Handoff Farmer, he finds a seam, breaks across the 45, and out to the 47-yard line. Another first down run by Jaden Farmer, but a little slow to get up.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
He's going to get up and run off on his own, but that'll bring Christian Davis in. They'll get him looked up. Jaden Farmer's had a great year. He's had a great career when you look back at this Findlay team, but last week he almost reached cult classic status where the crowd was chanting for him.
The 34 carries.
Yeah, one wide out each side. Nielsen comes in motion across with a couple of tight ends in there as well. The give to Davis, who has the touchdown run and spun down around the 50.
Positive gain on first down.
Pickup of 3, 2nd and 7. Drum again on the stop. Farmer just standing there on the sideline in relative close proximity to the coaching staff. Just waiting for the word to jump back in, you got to think.
Talk about keeping guys fresh. They take out 2 tight ends, 2 more tight ends come in the game. 2 more tight end bodies come in the game.
Cluster on the near side of receivers, single up top. Now move Davis up to the hip. Move a man across, circling back around. Look, throws across the middle, first down. Ball came loose. Are they going to say he never caught it, or what are they going to say?
I heard an early whistle.
We haven't
the ruling
seen
on
official.
The field is an incomplete pass.
So the Oilers catch a bit of a break there. It would have been a first down if he holds on. And now they're going to challenge this. Red challenge flag comes in from Coach Hoffner. I don't know that he completed that, and I don't know that there's going to be a whole lot to change anybody's mind. But the officials will get down just off to our right here and take a look at the iPads.
And typically talk about possession in one
Officials
step,
timeout.
right? How many
Minnesota
steps do you
State
take?
has elected
Do
to
you have
challenge the
control?
ruling on the field of an incomplete pass. The previous play.
So again, if
is
you're
under
just
further
joining
review.
us, we're tied at 7. Finley took the opening kickoff, drove 71 yards in 5 plays, capped off with a 15-yard touchdown run by Christian Davis. And the point after by Clevenger was good, made it 7-0. Minnesota State then answered back with a 10-play, 76-yard drive of their own. They got kept alive by an offside penalty on a missed field goal. Going in was Sam Backer from 24 yards out. The Fournier kick was good, tied us at 7. Finley was then driving again, went for the field goal attempt. It was blocked. And then on the ensuing drive, attempted after driving it down on a 4th down, Findlay got a stop on Minnesota State, and that's kind of where we're at this point.
It seems as if, like I told you before, things are playing out as even as we kind of talked about both of these teams.
Take another look here. Surveys, goes to the check down to the tight end. It's coming out there. I don't know. I don't know that he ever completely possessed and controlled it.
The ruling on the field is upheld. It is an incomplete pass.
So it's held up as an incomplete pass.
And they will lose their challenge.
So Findlay now will be looking at a 3rd and 7. Davis still the back in there. Stack a couple of receivers up top, string a couple on the near side. Now bring The man down, that's McLaughlin. Showing just 4 on the attack here for Minnesota State.
4 rusher, bringing a 5th rusher in there.
And he's going to be sacked. And a big sack. And they got a whole mess of bodies in there. Hessdalen was the one who led the charge, but Lovett was in there and Hansen was in there with him as well. And now the Oilers looking at 4th and 13. Will have to punt it away. Clevenger on.
They brought a 5th rusher on that one. Looks like they collapsed the pocket, didn't have any rush lanes or ways to get out of there.
High snap. Clevenger gets it down and gets off a pretty good boot under the circumstances. Fair catch called and made. And he thought he was interfered with.
Got to give credit to Owen on that one. Great catch, great kick, way to get it off, great punt.
Well, and when you consider that it's a former soccer player who made a catch, it's pretty impressive at the end of the day. 1st and 10 from the 15, so Minnesota State backed up here. But both offenses have shown the ability to drive the football. 7:58 left here, tied at 7. Tim Montgomery, Stephen Adams. And we're going to try to check in with Andrea Hoffman here in a moment.
Like a heavy personnel again, 1st down.
Fake the handoff to Becker, got pressure in his face, but he got rid of it. 1st down, and then the big hit put on. Jayon Harvey came up and finished it off. Riley Caldwell initially got his hands on him, but Harvey's the one who finished it off. But that's about the 3rd time we've seen Thompson step in there, take the shot, and still deliver a quality throw. 2 up top, and then a couple of tight ends here on the near side stacked up. Handoff, Henderson tries the outside, strung out by Harvey and Sam Wyrau. And Wyrau finishes it off. The Wyrau boys are a great story. They are legacies here. Their father, a multiple-time All-American, member of the Hall of Fame here at the University of Findlay back in the NAIA days. One of the fiercest competitors I've ever seen. And now both of his boys out there, Sam a senior and Luke a sophomore. 2 receivers near side, 1 up top. Fake the handoff, then throws the quick and wide open. I tell you, both teams have been able to get the big boys out and up the field and into space for big plays.
Right in the middle of the field, too.
Luke Wyrau and Jayon
Wyrau and Harvey in on the stop.
Into the Minnesota State 49-yard line.
So 87, Jake Cicero. He's a 6'6" target, big target.
And every bit of 250 pounds.
Yep.
3 to the left, 1 to the top. Quarterback's going to bolt. I think he wanted to throw a screen out here, but I think there might have been a miscommunication. He ends up being tackled for a loss here. Wyrau and Henderson in for the Oilers. Clock moves under 6 minutes. Let's go check in with our sideline reporter extraordinaire, Andrea Hoffman.
Yeah, Tim, this game is looking exactly what we thought it would be, strength on strength. That 7 score here. You know, the Oilers have one of the best rushing defenses in Division II right now, and on the contrary, the Mavericks have one of the best rushing offenses. So both teams are having to adjust a little bit to see who's going to be able to take it into this half with the lead.
Again, dropping back, thank you, Andrea. Thompson finds one of his big targets, and this time it was number 86, Hudson Dillon.
Hudson earlier made that big 3rd down conversion in the 1st quarter there. Another big target. Tall bodies, big body kids.
I don't think he's been 200, though, like the stat book says, since junior high, but I could be wrong. Again, stack a couple on the right, 1 wide out each side. Handoff and going no place is Henderson. Deshaun Wilson. Oilers have an impressive group of defensive line when you watch them. Watson, Claxton, Biddings, Brown, who had a big game last week, Ogamunyerio, Wilson, Cannings, we've talked about all of them here. They've all made plays here in this first half.
A lot of guys that got TFLs, Tim.
Yep.
A lot of guys that got TFLs.
2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, Thompson over the middle, and the Oilers have not made the adjustment. It's that same route. Different guys are running it, but it's that same route. Nasir Jones this time.
They've really worked the middle of the field, or if you're on the hash, work your hash.
Into the Oiler 30-yard line, first down, Minnesota State.
So at the 30, 1st and 10. Backer in the backfield. Guyette, the wide out to the right. Now bring a man across. That's Dillon. Backtracking, floats one up, and just out of the reach. Was looking for Backer out of the backfield. Had Harvey in coverage right away, and then Johnny Harris was rolling over the top.
Looks like they've allowed the QB to get a little comfortable and be able to spread it out a little bit more in the pass game.
3:38, and fast-moving first half here, tied at 7.
Come on, D! Tighten up!
Couple receivers and a slotted tight end on the right, single on the near side, rolling to the right side. Throws late across and incomplete. He was throwing that one away as much as anything else. Was hoping to get Connor Stoff there, but they had him bookended.
Nice little two-man route, running a little hitch on the outside, run the corner route. Defensive backs did a great job of being physical early on and defending that route concept.
So a 3rd down and 10. The Mavericks have been pretty impressive on 3rd down through this first half. And it usually involves Thompson staring down a hit as he delivers a pass. 2 receivers to each side, Backer to his left. Throws the out, complete, but dropped well short of the first down, probably 5 yards shy. Found Stoff, and it was hoping Stoff could break a tackle, but that didn't work out.
I was wondering if it's going to be kind of opportunity to go for it on 4th down, but based on the last time taking their kicker off the field and putting their offense back on, so here we go, huh?
Now this one, if they went from here, would be approximately 43.
Yeah.
So on 4th and 6, according to the scoreboard, 3 to the left, 1 to the right.
Fine, 87.
Flag throws almost immediately. Pass is caught for a first down. But let's see what the penalty is. He was able to hook up with Guyette, and it's going to be a procedure call to wipe it out, and this might really change the thinking.
Legal formation and false start.
Now our official's mic is down, but I'm guessing it's formation because if it would have been false start, it probably would have got whistled down before it got going.
5-yard penalty moves the ball to the Findlay.
So now 4th and 11, so very similar to almost the identical situation they had on their previous possession. From almost the same exact spot on the field. 2 receivers and a tight end right, single on the near side. And the handoff, tried catching the changeup. Backer, or actually Henderson, avoids somebody. I think they tried to reverse that again, didn't they?
It looked a little bit like that. I thought I saw some action coming back, and it never came back.
Oilers had so much pressure in there, I don't think they really got a chance to do it. See if we get another look at this one. But it did look like some possible shenanigans. Yeah, it initially went there, and then he shuttled. Boy, that was a dangerous play.
Yep.
And Findlay all over it. Sam Wyrow finishes it off. Gutsy call, but a better defensive execution by Findlay. We stay tied at 7 with 2.5.
Might have been even a flea flicker. I saw the quarterback drop back into his pocket there, so it could have been a handoff to the receiver, flea flicker, to get downfield, but great pressure by the D-line of the Oilers.
Unofficial noisemakers are permitted in the stadium. Thank you for your cooperation.
2 to the right, to the left, 1 to the right, handoff on the jet, and Mavericks all over it. Shut that down. Had Dom Bennett lined up, and Dom, the return man extraordinaire, and sometimes running back. Tried getting him in space, but the Mavericks stayed home. Made a nice play. That was Nathan Drum. We've called his name a lot here in the first half. He's made several big plays for these Mavericks.
Officials timeout due to play clock error. The play clock is dead. We will keep it on the field with our back judge.
So the play clock is malfunction.
We'll use the play clock on the field.
Oh, and apparently we got it fixed. So we're being told we might.
Looks like it's running.
Yeah, so we're good now. Cluster of 3 to the left. Harrison flushed, looking, and going to tuck it back in, and he's going to push forward for a couple of yards. I think he looks like the spot's going to get him right back to the line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
And that takes us to the 2-minute timeout. Findlay and Minnesota State tied at 7. Back in a moment on ESPN+. Back here in Findlay, Ohio at Donnell Stadium. Tied at 7 between the Oilers and the Mavericks, and the Oilers looking at 3rd down and 10. Harrison back, steps up through the hole. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to be well short of a first down and probably bring on a punt situation. Coming up at the conclusion of the first half, Andre Hoffman will be talking with the University of Findlay head coach Corey Allen, get some of his thoughts. And then when we come out at the end of halftime, she'll be talking with Coach Hoffner.
Said it earlier, the Mavericks do a good job. Not a lot of TFLs, but they do really kind of stock things up there in the middle and make it hard to find a lane to get out of.
It allows these linebackers to play loose and free, too.
Absolutely.
2 men back to try to field the punt. Clevenger got bobbled. Well, he's got to be down. They're calling touchdown. I can't believe it wasn't down. We'll take another look at it here. Maybe the last man came in and picked it up cleanly. That must be what the officials saw.
It's a long pause as if the ball was down. It's very hard to see that pile there, but.
Well, heads up play if it all stands. And I think that was Louis Aranda. Fournier on for the extra point, and Findlay is going to take a timeout. And was he trying to get a challenge here?
Officials timeout. Findlay has elected to challenge the ruling on the field that the runner was not down prior to picking up the loose ball. The previous play is under further review.
So now they are going to review it. And
I could see it again myself. I wasn't sure if I thought he had the ball in his hands. Didn't know if he lost sight of it.
Let's take another look here. And this is right from behind the punter Clevenger. It was just he was going to kick into his own guy. See, and it looks like he was down there, but did he actually possess the ball when his knee was down, or did the other guy possess the ball when it was down? Because there's another Maverick there down who touches it.
Correct. That was 97 in Baru.
Rue out of Watertown, Minnesota, sophomore, 6'3", 270. 4 TFLs and a sack on the season, but if this one holds up, that's probably going to be the big highlight of his season, I would think.
Still can't tell. Did he lose sight of the ball?
I think he thought he was going to end up kicking literally into his own man. See, and right there, the question is it down? And that's all going to be up to officials' interpretation. At what point is it possessed? But you got to give Baru a lot of credit here because it looks like he consciously gets himself back up off the ground before he scoops the ball. So you got to give him some credit if that's how the officials ended up reading it. But you could make it, well, here we go.
After review, the runner's knee was off the ground prior to picking up the loose ball. The ruling on the field will be upheld. Touchdown,
so he never possessed
Minnesota
it.
State.
Yeah, so that he saw kind of what we saw there on that last replay, is that he didn't possess it when he was down. He waited to get back up before he possessed. So a big special teams play.
Findlay will be charged a timeout.
And that's actually two big special teams plays by Minnesota State.
It's a block and then that.
Bring on Fournier. Snap back, spot down, the kick is up. And the kick is good. 1:33 left here in the first half. And the Mavericks go in front for the first time, 14-7 over the University of Findlay Oilers. Let's get one more look at it here before we go to break. And a little miscue, mishap, and the Mavericks convert it into points. Back with more playoff football after this on ESPN+. Back here at Donnell Stadium in Findlay, Ohio. Mavericks with a 14-0 lead with 1:33 left in the first half, preparing to kick it away to the Oilers. Dominic Bennett back.
Dominic's been pretty explosive in the return game. Will he get a chance?
Get a chance here as he catches it right at the goal line. And just got tripped up. He falls forward to about the 20. And that's where it'll go 1st and 10. Nice ankle tackle. And Johnson on the stop there.
Puts us in a 2-minute drill now, yes?
Well, I think you've maybe started, but if you don't get much on the first 2 downs, I think you try to get out with no more damage done.
You don't want to give Minnesota a chance to put more points on the board before halftime.
Keep in mind the Mavericks will receive the second half kickoff. Empty backfield with 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the quarterback's right. Throws the quick check down behind McLaughlin.
Harrison's pass intended for Elijah McLaughlin, incomplete. Case Siegel defending.
Second down and 10 now, and stops the clock with 1:25 on the incompletion. There you see University of Findlay head coach Corey Allen, a 10-1 regular season. And first home playoff game in the program's NCAA history. Handoff Farmer, and he bullies his way to the 24. And we might have a timeout here by the Mavericks. We do, and right now Coach Hoffner's got aspirations of tripling up, so to speak. If he can get 2 straight here, and then first he's going to have to get the football back, but to see how this goes. Again, at the conclusion of this first half, Andrea Hoffman will be talking with Corey Allen, get his take and thoughts heading into the locker room. And then before the start of the second, we'll hear from Coach Hoffner of the Mavericks. Tim Montgomery, Stephen Adams, and Andrea Hoffman.
Be interesting to see how Findlay will want to attack here. Want to hit something intermediate, hit something short. You just take a run,
well,
understanding they're going to call a timeout. You got to punt it again, hopefully get some.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that's something to consider. The clock is stopping at the end of this play, probably no matter what.
Yep.
It's a good point. 2 receivers each side. Handoff. And Farmer burrows his way just a yard shy of the first down. And again, Mavericks are going to take the timeout.
Their third and final time.
And with the assumption of getting a punt here, and you almost have to punt it if you're Corey Allen. I mean, I know it's tempting with Jaden Farmer back there
the guy
on
that
4th
falls
and
forward
1.
all the time.
Yeah, it's tempting, but
they make the decision. You put him back there. He punts the ball off. Get some positive momentum just to get him, let him know that he can do it again. Take a little bit of heat off the punter. Owen has done a great job of really flipping the field. You think back to the Ashland game, what was it, an 86-yard punt?
That's a University of Findlay record. And a conference record in the GMAC. And here come the Mavericks out. And Clevenger out to put a foot to this one.
Fourth down and 1 for the Oilers.
Williams back on a return along with
2 men back deep.
Amon Williams and Connor Staub to receive.
Gets that one off cleanly, but an opportunity for the return this time. Cutting it back towards the middle and then upended.
Williams on a return.
Takes it across the 45 to the 47 does Williams.
Will Kurtz with the tackle for
1 minute left, no timeouts. 2-minute situation.
First and 10.
Look at the stats in this one. Rushing attempts, 17 for the Mavericks, 18 for the Oilers. Oilers a slight advantage there, 54 to 36. Receiving yards, though, 138 for the Mavericks, and a lot of that to the tight ends and those bigger wideouts.
And he's out in the 3-down look.
But it's really been the special teams that's been the difference in this one so far.
Yes,
Thompson has time, throws his check down to Backer, who runs through 2 tackles and finally upended inside the Oiler 40 near the 37. Backer's not exactly a small guy himself, 5'11", 215. Right back to the line of scrimmage are the Mavericks with 50 seconds left, looking to air it out. Throws it complete right near the 30-yard line. Call it the 29.
Run out of bounds by Samuel Watson.
Stops the clock as he got out of bounds.
Second down and 3 from the Findlay 31.
Lawson on the stop for Findlay. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left on the empty backfield.
I like to think they'll look for something quick.
Findlay still playing off, especially on the top side of the formation. Flush from the pocket. Thompson looking to run. Oh, and he got leveled. It's going to be a first down in near the 10-yard line. And I think Mavericks wanted some kind of call there, but he was out there as a runner, and they got to hurry. He seems to be fine, but he took a big-time lick. 3 to the right, 2 to the left again. Clock running, 27 seconds. Looks end zone and not able to hold on. Did a nice job of shucking his defender to get that inside position. as he initially beat Riley Caldwell, but the throw was high, and that gave Caldwell time to get back.
Second down, 10.
Clock stops at 23 seconds with the incompletion. 2nd and 10. They can get a first down at the 2, but the clock is the bigger issue for the Mavericks right now.
Without any timeouts.
The whole package of receivers to the left, tight end on the right end of the line.
Receivers coming across the formation.
Yep. Back, looks, throws to the backer out of the backfield. He makes the man miss, but he falls down, and he falls down inbounds, but he's going to get a first down, which will give him a couple of extra seconds here.
Spike.
You would think, and that is exactly what they do. Well, the Oilers took a timeout.
Snap. Charge timeout, Findlay. Their second of that.
So this thing sat at 7-7 for the longest time as each team scored on its opening drive, Stefan. And then we saw each team come up with a big play on defense and special teams along the way. But then that special teams play that they convert into the touchdown kind of put Findlay on its heels a little bit here. They get the 3 and out, and now they're driving it down. And as we said, they'll get the second half kickoff. They got a chance to really distance themselves in this one.
Yes, they do. I think it's a great chance for them and a great chance for the defense to say, hey, here's a good chance to get a stop here. I mean, we're down, what, at the 2-yard line, is it, or the 1-yard line?
Well, and here's the thing. If they run it and Findlay can stop it, they might be hard-pressed to get a play off.
100%.
So options here.
Put you in the bind a little bit when you don't have any timeouts, right?
Yeah.
What to do, and I'd imagine thought process, you might want to take a shot. You know, you want to run it because you're close to the end zone. This is the chess part of the game. That's always
well, and
very interesting.
Backer a couple of times here is starting to show that he's getting his legs.
Correct.
One wide out each side, tight end.
Imagine they got 2 plays out of it.
Throw, and he got tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Thompson's pass intended for Grant Guyette, incomplete.
Nice play. That may have been DeAndre Wright who got a hand up there.
Brings up 2nd and goal from the
A little short motion. I knew it was going to be man coverage. Try to bring the receiver in to create more space for him to get outside. Great job, D-line, getting their hands up.
So 2nd down and still goal from the 2. 11 seconds. Now string him out to the right side, receivers and tight ends. Backer moves up in a slot, and he's going to go in motion. Roll that way, quarterback looking to keep it. He got in. Tough run by Thompson to get it in and make the play. If he doesn't, they probably don't get another playoff.
Yep.
So give him credit for making the decision in the moment because he had options. He really wanted to go to Backer up top, but then he saw a little bit of a seam and he drove for it.
You know, a lot of people always say run-pass option, but that truly was a run-pass option.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 6 seconds remain here, and just in the last couple of minutes, we went from 7-7 to 21-7 with the Mavericks on top. Watch it come right at you here. And again, Thompson likes to run the football. He's shown that today. 6'3", 220-pounder out of Kewanee, Wisconsin. 2nd team All-NSIC, which is impressive when you consider the guy he shared snaps with the first half of the season is the 1st team All-Conference.
That must be a luxury to have another guy like that can come in and execute and be just as effective.
So I'd expect we're going to see the squibber here. Six seconds left. Again, Andrea will be talking with Corey Allen. Fournier, or sorry, Nichols to kick it away here. Nichols, the kickoff specialist. Bennett back around the goal line. And they do go with the squib.
Can't let it sit.
And finally corralled it. I was out watching the Oiler practice the other day, and they do a drill where they go through all the different kick options, and you got to cleanly recover all 5 of them before you get off the field.
That tradition has been there for a long time.
Game
You want to be
clock
prepared for
operator,
anything. I mean,
please
those
reset the game
are big
clock
momentum
to
flippers,
5
right? That ball
seconds.
doesn't get picked up.
5
Somebody,
seconds.
the kickoff team picks it up and takes it and returns it. That's a big swing of momentum.
So probably just the one play here. And it looks like the Oilers are going to go to the locker room down 21-7 and having to kick it away to the Mavericks. So Andrea's going to move into position to catch Coach Allen here. Again, Findlay on the board first. Mavericks answered right back. Then we were at stalemate for a while. Now let's go down and check in with Andrea Hoffman.
Coach, on the first drive of the game today, how are you hoping to bring that energy and readiness into the second half?
Well, it's energy, readiness, yes, but it's mistakes, right? I mean, we made multiple mistakes in the first half. Credit to them, they're a good football team, but you can't make those kind of mistakes in a game like this and expect to have the lead. So we need to eliminate those self-inflicted wounds and come back and play our football.
Coach, they're one of the most physical teams in Division II. What's the message to your team to bring that physicality in the second half here?
I don't know who said they're the most physical team. I think it's a good football team that we're playing. Looking forward to going out and playing our style in the second half.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Andrea. And that'll send us to the half here on ESPN+.
1.
Back here at Donnell Stadium where the Mavericks lead the Oilers 21-7. Let's go down to the sidelines, check in with Andrea Hoffman with Coach Hoffner.
Coach, you came into the second quarter of this game tied up 7-7. Now going into the second half, leading 21-7. What were the biggest keys into getting the score in your favor in the first half of the game?
Well, Andrea, I think the turnover on the punt was nothing short of amazing. Ian Baru, our defensive tackle, we have our punt safe unit out there. He did a really smart move and scoop it and score it, and he took it to the house. And I thought that was a huge momentum play. We try and get momentum plays all the time, and then that last drive right before half, Mitchell Thompson leading us to pay dirt was really impressive as well.
Coach, even with the score in your favor right now, what are the adjustments that you think still need to be made to close this one out?
I think we got to do what we do. That's really important, but most importantly, if we can win the half, which is really crucial, then we can win the game. We're treating this like a 0-0 game, Andrea.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
First and 10, Minnesota State from their own 27-yard line.
Back here at Donnell Stadium, thanks to Coach Hoffner and thanks to Andrea. Kickoff fielded, brought back out just across the 25 to the 27-yard line. And the Mavericks with that 2-touchdown lead look to play add-on, give it to Henderson. Henderson gets out of what looked like was going to be a loss and turns it into a short gain, but he had to do a lot of hard work to get that 1 yard.
Kevin Henderson, kind of a jack-of-all-trades guy for him on the tackle.
Second down and 9. Bring Dillon out wide to the near side.
Still showing those heavy formations.
Yeah, Guyette out here. Now bring the tight end to this same side. Stretch it this way, look, complete, and short moderate pickup, I'd say, out to the 34-yard line. And again, just hooking that big receiver, Hudson Dillon, out into space. So a 3rd down and 3 here. And this is where we see what adjustments are made, right, Coach?
That's correct. I'll say coming out of halftime, you see we know 3 for 6 for 3rd down conversions. What adjustments are they making to be successful here in the second half?
Still giving up quite a bit of space out on the edges. Rolls it out, quarterback looking to run, and Henderson says no. Kevin Henderson shuts the door at about the 35 and will bring on a probable punting situation here for the Mavericks, and that's really big for this Oiler team.
It's the middle 8. We always talk about the middle 8. The last 4 minutes of the first half, second quarter, and the first 4 minutes of the third quarter. Huge opportunity here for the Oilers.
Correction, 4th down and 2.
Oilers got caught there. I think they got confused on the downs a little bit, but now have the person out there. Is that Remy back there, I think, to receive the punt?
Remy to receive.
Yep.
Ooh, got some pressure on him, but he gets off a beauty angler.
About a 45-yarder.
Yeah. See where they spot this. It looked like it was around the 25. Nope, they're going to say the 22. I trust the official. We're going to be 1st and 10, and now if you're the Oilers, you got to look at this, and there's no 14-point play.
Correct.
So you just got to put together a drive here and cut it down and then turn it back into the hands of your defense.
And if you tap into the mindset, I think you're looking at what you were doing offensively was successful. You're going to make some adjustments, but you can stay on track here. You don't have to press. You don't have to force to do anything outside of the nature of the game plan right now.
Visit NCAA.com/tickets. Make a date.
All right, wide out to each side. Farmer behind Harrison. Now bring that top side receiver in motion. Fake it to him. Go ahead and give it to Farmer. And that time able to get good penetration was Minnesota State. And their situation can change, right? 14-point lead. You can be a little more aggressive defensively.
And that's what we're seeing. A lot of times earlier, they were showing 5-man pressures. But they right now on the first time, they were able to condense things a little bit. Strong safety was free off the edge and made a great tackle.
2nd down and 10 after no gain. 3 to the near side. Now move Farmer out as a receiver out to the left.
4-man rush.
Oh, tipped up into the air and intercepted by one of the linemen. And finally whistled down. Somebody got a big hand up there, and that thing went straight up in the air.
Intercepted by Xavier Daniels.
And Daniels went up and snatched it out of the air. And that really was a free ball. Was looking for that drag that they've had some success with.
Off the helmet.
Yeah, I was going to say, now that I look at it, it was off the helmet, but how about the play by the big man up front?
95, good player for them. Tips and overthrows, right? Helmets and overthrows in that case there.
So again, self-inflicted wounds here for Findlay, and this defense is going to have to bow its back. Couple wideouts to the near side, slot the tight end. Quarterback's going to keep. And they're getting back to this running game, but they're getting back to the running game with the quarterback, not so much the running back.
Yep, you bring in heavy personnel, let the quarterback run it, like a counter play, pull the guard, pull on a tight end or an H-back. We said he's a big body, so they're going to use him in that run game.
Picks up a yard. This time stretch out the personnel a little bit. Tight end on the left end, then 3 receivers out past him. Empty backfield set. Goes to his right, looks to turn it up, keeps his feet, spins, and then they're going to finish him off. Going to leave a 3rd and about 2.
It looks like their adjustment coming out of half more so is being able to use the quarterback more in the run game, knowing that just lining up and hanging it to a back, the Findlay defense is pretty stout.
Game is to the Findlay 5-yard line, 3rd down and 3.
Jumbo package here. Tights all over the place. And a quarterback run all the way and submarined and stopped. Well, they tipped their hand what they were going to do there. I think everybody in the building knew that that was going to be a quarterback run, and Jayon Harvey, I think, is the one who finally finished it off. But there was a whole mass of them there. Bumba's in there.
Sammy Wire out in the mix.
Bring in Fournier for the field goal attempt here to try to make it a 17-point advantage. Snap back, spot down, kick is up.
I don't think the word's happy, you know, but I think the Oilers are pretty okay, you know, with the ability to go back out there and get a stop and just limit them to a field goal.
All right, that's going to send us to break. 10:49 left in the 3rd. Mavericks extend the lead after the turnover, 24-7. This is playoff football on ESPN+.
Experience and is dedicated to the recruitment and retention of new officials for all sports.
I'm sorry.
Yes to officiating.
Yeah, I couldn't hear. Oh, okay. Yeah, because when I couldn't see him. Okay, thanks. Yeah. What did I say? I'm sorry.
For the Mavericks.
Back here at Donnell Stadium in Findlay, Ohio, where the Mavericks have extended it out to a 17-point advantage, prepare to kick it away to Findlay. And fielded about 5 yards deep, and after the bobble, goes ahead, takes the knee, and brings it out to the 25. So 1st and 10 for Findlay, and we talked about it. Oilers took the opening drive right down the field. Second drive, they actually moved effectively, had the blocked field goal, he moved it. But then the last couple of drives of the first half, and even this first one, a little bit out of sync offensively.
A little bit out of sync, so I think this is a big drive here, right? I think you still feel that there's still things in the game plan that you can do, but they're going to have to generate something here on this drive.
Charles timeout. Findlay, their first of the half.
So the Oilers need the timeout. Something must have been wrong with the personnel grouping or something there, needing to adjust that. Again, if you're just joining us, it's 24-7. You look at the scoring recap. Findlay was on the board first. A 15-yard touchdown run by Christian Davis, capped off a 5-play, 71-yard drive. Minnesota State came back and answered with a 10-play, 76-yard drive as Backer got in from 24 yards out. That was helped by an offsides call on a missed field goal, so really like a 7-point swing there as far as that goes. And then you had the play that really kind of turned this game on its head. You had the fumble recover, well, it was a punt attempt, and it was fumbled and recovered and scooped up by one of the defensive linemen, returned for a touchdown, made it 14-7 at that point. Findlay went 3 and out, and then a late touchdown on the run by Thompson, and then that field goal just a moment ago. So the Oilers looking to get something positive going here. 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 up top. Play action fake, looks, throws it out here on the near side, complete, finds Furlong. Denny Furlong stays on his feet and takes it across midfield to the 49. That's where it'll be 1st and 10, and that's the kind of play this Oiler offense needed to get it going.
That's what they need, something big, especially in the pass game as well too, right? I think that was huge for them, and Denny Furlong's been that guy for them this year, and great play by him on 1st down.
How about Farmer picking up that blitzer there as well to give him time to throw it. 2 to the left, up back, and Farmer behind, just on the Mavericks side of midfield, throws it out, looking to pick up a block. Looked like there might have been more there, but the Mavericks rally nicely to limit it to a 2 or 3 yard pickup here.
Christian Davis.
2nd down and 8.
2-yard gain on the play, 2nd down, 8.
Furlong comes out to the near side. Looks like Remy out to the top. Bring him in motion. Pump fake the screen to him. Now flushed. And just going to throw it away.
Smart choice not to make him lose any yardage on it.
He looked in, and they were trying to use Remy as a decoy, as almost like a fake out to his side, and then hoping to throw back to the near side, but that Maverick secondary had everything covered up nicely.
Yep. Earl go through that little bubble, hoping for that little bubble and go.
2 to the right, 1 to the left.
Check with me action.
Make the adjustment.
Cover 4.
Flushed and sacked. Came clean up the middle, Caden Lovett. And just nothing open down the field. And he looked like he was fine, but then all of a sudden something just broke loose there, and Lovett able to get the sack.
Looks like they played straight coverage on that rush 4. Able just to come off in the middle.
Connor soft to receive.
Snap back to Clevenger. Just gets that one off, but he gets off a beauty, hangs it up at the 10, looking for the return, makes a man miss across the 20, 25, and run out of bounds around the 27. That was Connor Stoff.
Wrapped up by John Slaper.
The redshirt freshman, Slaper on the stop.
First and 10, Minnesota State from their own 27-yard line.
8:37 left here in the 3rd quarter. Mavericks lead the Oilers 24-7.
Trips formation here.
Handoff, and Henderson spins away and close to a 1st down there for Carter Henderson. And they say it isn't exactly enough for the 1st down, out to the 37. And now that Minnesota State has the Oilers worried about that passing game, able to maybe slide in a few more of those runs that they're a little more comfortable with.
Yep, and even come back to take a little pressure off the quarterback and hand it off to the running back. Simple zone play.
2 up top. Move the tight end out of the backfield. delivers, complete, 8-9 yard pickup there.
Mitchell Thompson's pass complete to Hudson Dillon.
So Hudson Dillon, he's had a big part in this one. Redshirt freshman.
Gain of 9 on the play.
Second and 1.
Adonai Bumba on the tackle for the Oilers.
Braden Watson checked in on that defensive front for Findlay. Mavericks go 3 left. Handoff, bouncing to the outside, and gets the first down plus an extra yard.
Carter Henderson on the carry. Johnny Harris and Jayon Harvey with the tackle.
Been able to take chunks and stay ahead of the chains a little bit. Another first down.
When Findlay's been able to slow them down on first down, their odds have improved immeasurably.
Correct.
And that's pretty normal. 10 yards doesn't seem like a lot until you got to make it within 3 plays.
Yes, it does.
Receiver in motion. Handoff, backer, hit in the backfield. Tackle for loss. And so that's going to put him a little bit behind on the sticks. Henderson sliced through that time.
Second down, 12 for Minnesota State.
Loss of 2 on the tackle for loss. You look at some of the defensive numbers. Henderson led the way in that first half with 9 tackles, including 1 for loss. Johnny Harris had 6. Sam Wyrow 5 tackles, including 2.5 for loss.
Second and long.
Second and 12. 2 receivers, tight end on the near side, 1 wide out on the top. Looks, throws, and open. Dropped it right behind the defender, Bumba, and into the hands of his receiver. That was Liberian Gilmore. And right now, Thompson looking very comfortable throwing the football back there.
Let's say he looks like he's settled in a little bit, and they're mixing it up.
Another first down at the Oiler 35. Thompson looks, give to Backer. Backer looks and waits, and it's been a tough day for Backer. Other than the touchdown run, he hasn't had much going. Wyrow and Henderson in on that stop.
Jayon Harvey and Kevin Henderson with the stop. Gain of 2, second down 8.
Second down.
Have the chains on second down, right? So a little comfortable here. What's the next play call? Pass, run? It's almost as they got them off balance a little bit.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Feel like Findlay's trying to guess a little bit here and kind of have to. Fake the handoff, throw that quick, back to the Ted Quickie, and breaks 1 tackle and carries it on down and in. Jake Cicero.
I said it earlier, 6'6" and all of 253.
And then some.
And then some.
Or that, or he's wearing 2 sets of pads. I'm not sure which. So 1st and 10 at the Oiler 8-yard line. 1st and goal, excuse me. This time a cluster 3 wide out to the right. Single on the near side is Dillon. Now bring a man down and put him at the end of the line.
Like
quarterback keep. And Oilers rally to the football. 3-yard pickup by Thompson. Thompson's numbers aren't huge. I mean, at the half, he had 39 rushing yards, but he's certainly been effective when he runs the football.
Well, I think we talked about it coming in. We thought there was going to be 2 groups that were going to be, running the ball and be efficient there. It was going to be the pass game that was going to be the difference, and so far they've taken advantage of everything that he can do with his arm.
Tight formation all across and up and down the line. Boots it out, looking for the tight end. Flushed, looks, throws late, and just bought time. I mean, they got a flag in the backfield. Let's see what this one is.
5-yard pass to Nasir Jones for the Maverick touchdown. touchdown, but flags are down.
This could be in the region of holding. This could be in the region of maybe a late hit, roughing the passer. Let's see. Coach Hoffner out onto the field. We got an injured, well, it's Thompson. That's why I wonder what our situation is exactly here.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
It's going to be roughing the
Defense,
passer.
number 38. 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. The result of the play is a touchdown.
So you got to give him credit. He kept on sliding left, trying to buy time, and the defensive backs eventually peeked into that backfield, and when they did, the tight end got loose and he hit him.
It's the hard part about it. Initially everything was covered right. Got the defensive end in the air a little bit, and, you're covered in for a while. The receiver was able just to kind of find that window, fall off, and the DB just lost him.
So the Mavericks add on 30-7, looking to make it 31 here. Snap back, spot down, the kick is up. And the kick is good. 3:18 left in the third, 31-7. Mavericks over the Oilers. Back with more playoff football in a moment on ESPN+. Back here at Donnell Stadium. High, short, Pooching kick, fair catch called and made. We'll bring it out to the 25. Well, we talked about it briefly in the opening. This is a team, Andrea actually mentioned it, this Minnesota State team has been in this run. They've been down this road numerous times. Findlay's been in the playoffs a couple of times. First time hosting, as we said, but maybe that experience of Minnesota State and Coach Hoffner showing itself a little bit.
Yeah, and they've stayed even keeled throughout the whole entire time. I think that's been proven, and they're able to keep the ball rolling. They're starting to look a little comfortable. I think but the beauty of culture is, right, we get to see what Findlay, the Oilers, can do here. If they can generate some momentum and get something going for themselves.
Bring a man in motion, that's Furlong. He collects it and gets away from the tackler, breaks a couple of more, pushes it to the 30. 5-yard pickup. And Danny Furlong has been a big component of what this offense has done this year. A couple of times he was the GMAC Offensive Player of the Week, including a 3-touchdown game against Walsh.
Yep. Third catch of the day.
2 receivers each side. Farmer goes in motion. Hits the receiver across the middle, first down yardage and more, out to the 41. That's McLaughlin with the catch.
Expect a little tempo, expect a little bit of changing out of the defensive lineman for the Mavericks.
Jefferson Mowbray on the tackle. 11-yard gain on
2 minutes, 27 seconds left here in the third quarter, 31-7 Mavericks. Furlong again. Pickup of about 7. Leave him with a 2nd and 3.
The thing I like about Furlong is Furlong seems as if every time he catches it, he has intentions to try to get in the end zone. True intentions.
Yeah.
He's not going out of bounds. He's staying in. He's going to try to score.
5'10" junior out of Evergreen Park, Illinois. Move Nielsen around and through. Throw in the screen. And great play. Ball came loose at the end of it, but was he down?
Harrison's pass complete to Mitch Nielsen.
And the official signals third down. This one might get challenged. I don't know. It looked like it was him hitting the ground that made the ball pop loose on live action.
Fumble recovered by the offense.
And they say that Findlay actually
Third down.
recovered. Said it was a fumble, but Findlay recovered it. So lost everything gained on first down. Great play here. He had a blocker out there, but fought through it.
Yeah.
And outstanding play on the defensive side there. That was Emmanuel Spy. So 3rd and 10 now for Findlay. Here comes the pressure, gets rid of it to Davis. Davis fights. He's going to come up about 1.5 yards shy.
4th and short, and I'd imagine they'd have to go for it on this one, right?
Now call it 4th and 2. They spot him closer to the 49 than the 50. Gilbo checks in. They like to hit Gilbo in the passing game.
Or when you need a big play, right? You go to the guy that you know you can feed and that can get it done for you. Keep an eye on Furlong here, too.
Yep, he goes in motion from the near side up top.
Stacking behind that receiver, gives him a free release.
Needs to get rid of it. Throws it out here, and not able to hold on was Davis. The Oilers will turn it over on downs. And Minnesota State will come back out at the Findlay 49-yard line, 1st and 10, with 9 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
Nine seconds in the corner, I'd imagine they're going to run it, get out of the quarter, and get to the 4th.
2 to the right, stack a couple of tight ends on the near side. Handoff Henderson. He's definitely been the more effective of the runners today.
Henderson with the carry. Luke Lyrow and Johnny Harris.
That will end the 3rd quarter. Before we go to break, let's go down to the sidelines now. Check in with our sideline reporter, Andrea Hoffman.
Yeah, Tim, you can tell that this Minnesota State team did a lot of research on this top Findlay rushing defense here, and they're changing up their game a bit here. They're a top rushing offense against a top rushing defense here, and they're changing up and have 12 passing first downs in this game, something that we haven't seen a lot from them in the past of this of the season, sorry. So it'll be interesting to see how this Findlay defense can recover from the fatigue that they're feeling of being on the field so much.
Thank you, Andrea. Just about ready to get this 4th quarter underway. Going to say need some dramatics here by Findlay to get back into this one. And again, you got to tip your hat. There have been a couple, as Coach talked about it going in. Coach Allen said going in at the half, they've made some mistakes, and Minnesota State's been able to capitalize on it.
Well, that's it. They've been able to capitalize on it, and they've been able to keep that momentum steady and going for them throughout the course. They've been able to settle in, and they look very, very comfortable. And it almost seems as if right now they're able to call what they want on offense.
Again, 31-7, Tim Montgomery, Stephen Adams. Just heard from Andrea Hoffman a moment ago. Two to the left. Handoff again is Henderson. This time he's going to be upended after a pickup of about 1.5 yards.
Luke Wyra out on the tackle.
Luke Wyra on the stop for the Oilers. Gain of 1, 2nd down, 9.
2nd down and 9, change out. Caldwell checks into the lineup as a defensive back. So I think DeAndre Wright checked in as well on that defensive front. 3 receivers left, 1 to the near side. Now slot a man on the top. Again, Henderson started in the middle, bounces it to the outside, and he's going to be close to a first down. We'll see where they spot him. It looks like about a yard shy. Keyshawn Wilson coming in for Findlay.
8-yard gain on the play, 3rd down and 1 for the Mavericks from the Findlay 28-yard line.
Looked like a simple inside zone. They've been heavy on that inside zone run for them so far this game.
So 3rd and 1 here. A good, healthy 1 yard here. Thompson with the back to his left. That's that's Henderson again, and Carter Henderson whirls and rips his way down inside the 20 to the 18.
Luke Wyrow with the tackle for the Oilers.
You said the backer was the guy, but it's almost as if Henderson's getting stronger and stronger as the game goes on.
Well, you feel like maybe Findlay had keyed when Backer's in there, they key him, and not so much with Henderson. At least that's the way it appears. With that said, Henderson, 97 rushes for 526 yards and a touchdown, respectable numbers. But been the more effective runner today and goes into the end zone from 18 yards out. And right now that Oiler defense just looks like it's a little worn out. It's been on the field a lot here.
At that point in time, too, you commit a lot to the run, knowing that we're in the 4th quarter, they have the lead, they're comfortable. You got a bunch of hats in there, and sometimes it helps you, and then sometimes it can leave a whole seam or a crease.
Now got a good seal block out on that left side as well. Got to that second level, took out the linebacker, and Henderson did the rest. Kick is up. And kick is no good. One of the few miscues today for Minnesota State. And 12:49 left to the game. Mavericks lead the Oilers 37-7. Back in a moment on ESPN+. Back at Donnell Stadium, where Minnesota State's kind of taking control here in the second half. Findlay has tried to battle back on a couple of drives, but just not been able to finish them off. Fielded at the 5. This is Bennett. And Bennett loses his footing, went to cut it to his right, and ended up losing his footing and slid in there like he was trying to steal second base.
Emmanuel Spivey on the stop for Minnesota
Trying to make something happen.
1st and 10, Findlay from their own 17-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 17.
Good chance to see if they can generate some kind of confidence here, get something going, you know?
Yep. Harrison, Farmer behind, wide out on either side. Give to Farmer, and he drives the pile out to the 20. Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7.
One thing you can guarantee, Farmer's not going to slow down.
He's going to keep coming at you hard.
Keep coming at you.
Tackle for Minnesota State. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down, 7.
Of course, this is just one of a lot of games going on today. Handoff again, Farmer looking, peek around to the near side, and just got his legs taken out.
Tripped up by Jamal Spivey.
And Remy trying to give him a block out there, but he was trying to block 2 guys, and that was at least 1 too many.
And one was able to get a hand on an ankle, which is always a thing. With big guys, you don't want to go high. Go low, clipped them. If he would have got through, there's a lot of space on the sideline.
Two receivers near side. Now move Remy, one of them in motion across. Play action fake, booted out, throws, finds Gilbo, and Gilbo picks up an Oiler first down. And we saw them run that on that opening possession that they ended in the end zone.
Yep. Nothing like a good old boot or naked.
Minnesota State. Gain is to the Findlay 29-yard line. First down, Oilers.
First down and 10. Furlong out to the top side. Remy out wide on the near. Farmer stays in as the back. He'll get the handoff again, and he'll push the pile a little bit, and then he'll get some help from friends before it's whistled down. Picks up about 5, maybe 6 on the play.
As we said, Farmer's not going to keep stopping him. He's a prideful guy, big body. Captain, leader, he's going to keep going, and he has some pride in what he does.
So Oiler team, as we said, an outstanding season, 10-1. They were literally 3 seconds away from being 11-0.
Yes.
Lost to their backyard rival, the Tiffin Dragons, last week, but still earned the 2nd seed here in the region. On 2nd and 4, Farmer, and looks like he's got a first down, and he does. Spot it right on the 39.
For Minnesota State. Result of the play, first and 10, Findlay.
Obviously, Findlay not in any hurry here. As we talked about earlier, there's no 30-point play.
Those guys still battling out in the trenches, aren't they?
Yep. And it's been a good battle both ways up front. And that time the battle up front was won by the Mavericks. It almost felt like they had the snap count instead of Findlay's offensive line. And they sliced in on the gaps there and found Farmer down in the backfield. And it looks like
official
he's
timeout for an injured player.
Still down.
The offense.
And the training staff comes out, and Jaden will get up and he'll limp off. Coach Allen will meet him. Look to escort him off here, and he'll get a round of applause. And as you said, well-deserved, tremendous season, one of the senior captains of this team. And he has had, no matter what the final score of this game, doesn't change that for him and really all the seniors on this Findlay squad.
No doubt. Jaden, along with those other seniors, are tone setters. I mean, the things that they've done this season and the things that they've accomplished have been squarely on the shoulders of what those guys wanted to do and accomplish early on in preseason to now.
One wide out to each way. Remy moves in motion across, so 2 to the top. Play action, boots it out, throws it again. That's check down, this time to Tristan Cross, another one of the captains on this team. And the Mavericks just staying solid up front. 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 here.
To the Findlay 42-yard line, 3rd down, 8.
Two left, one right. Showing pressure off the near side, and here it comes. Just got rid of it, but it forces it to be slightly underthrown. They brought the defensive back on this corner side here. Harrison never saw him, but just got rid of it as he got hit. Falls incomplete, and on 4th and 7, Findlay will bring out the punt unit.
Did a little edge pressure with a little bit of game up front with the end and the nose. Those can be difficult when moving fast. Pick up.
Amon Williams and Connor Stoff to receive.
2 men back to field it, Williams and Stoff. There hangs another high one here. Going to get a return opportunity. Bounces off a couple of tacklers, runs through another, and takes it across the 35 to the 36, and that's where it'll be 1st and 10. With 8:13 left, we'll see how both teams decide to play this.
NCAA Division II is the only division to conduct community engagement activities at all championship final sites. Since 2003, Division II
So 1st and 10 for the Mavericks.
granting over 785 wishes to Make-A-Wish families. Division II is also a partnership with Team Impact since 2011.
Mentioned a couple of those senior captains on the offensive side. Sam Wyrow, another solid performance, senior on that defensive side. Handoff, trying the near side, and then spins his way back towards the middle. Pickup of a few, and it's still Henderson who's carrying the bulk of the load here.
It's almost as Henderson's got the hot hand, and they're going with the hot hand.
Exactly.
With the tackle for the Oilers. Gain of 3, 2nd down, 7. To learn more about Division II,
Clock continues to tick down here. Again, obviously Minnesota State not in any hurry here either.
New quarterback in, does that look?
That's what I was just trying to look at myself. And yeah, in there, number 18. 18 or 13.
Carter Henderson on the carry.
Henderson again on the carry.
Sam Farmer with the stop for the Oilers. No gain on the play, 3rd down and 7.
And 18 not on the depth chart, and actually on the 18, Lavarian Gilmore, he's listed as a wideout.
I would imagine he had some former quarterback experience in his time in high school.
Because the way we were told, Justin Silverstein is over there signaling plays in.
An Ohio kid.
And we're going to have to burn the timeout. There was a lot of confusion on getting that play called. 6:45 left. Take
Minnesota
a timeout
State,
here.
their first
Mavericks
half.
in control, 37-7 on top of Findlay. This is the Division II playoffs on ESPN+. Back here at Donnell Stadium on a 3rd down and 7 facing the Mavericks. And quarterback keep, fake the throw. Findlay was coming on up the middle, and so he ended up running right into the teeth of that one.
Still love to see the guys are playing hard, still competing, still have pride in what they do.
So it leaves them with a 4th and about 8 or 9 here. You'd expect them to just go ahead and pump this away, but we'll see.
1 yard loss on the play, 4th down.
Now they'll send out the kick unit.
Harris Nichols in the punt for the Mavericks.
Harris Nichols, the senior punter out of Plainfield, Indiana.
To receive.
Looks like Remy's back for the Oilers.
Pressure it in, blocked. Oilers look to scoop it and do. They're going to cut it into the middle and come up with a big play of their own on the special teams. Marcus Medina.
As I just said, it's good to see that they still have pride in what they do and going out and playing hard and executing, and what a great moment there.
Take another look at it here on the instant replay, and
wow,
right up the
effort.
middle.
He paid for it, though.
Yeah, he did. He went up high into the protectors. And then a nice job by Medina, to control himself, scoop it, and find his way into the end zone. And Findlay's going to shift into the 2-point, or no, Harrison's going to be the holder.
Owen Clevenger in for the point after attempt out of the hold of Chase Harrison.
Spot down, kick is up. And got it through. A little confusion there, but it counts the same. And the Oilers get on the board for the first time since the opening drive, trim it down to a 37-14 score in favor of the Mavericks. 5:48 left. Back with more in a moment on ESPN+. Back here at Donnell Stadium, and a high short poocher.
Looking
Takes a hop, a skip, and a roll, and the Mavericks do a good job of covering it up. Started this drive at their own 27. Good effort by Clevenger. Just didn't take quite the hop he would have probably liked to see it take.
You're hoping for that weird bounce, right?
Yeah.
You're hoping for that bounce backwards towards you, or just out of the hands or the reach of the returner. It felt right in line with where he was.
5:47 left here. He'll stay with Gilmore at the quarterback position.
Empty backfield, let him run a little bit.
Bring an inside receiver in motion, fake the jet to him. Quarterback keeps Gilmore and takes it out to the 30.
Gilmore, the ball carrier.
Pickup of 3.
Sam
Wyrau on the stop.
3 yard pickup on the play.
2nd and 7 now. Clock continues to move. 5:26 and counting. It's the thing about the playoffs. It's at the end of this whole thing, there's only going to be one team that's happy at the end of this whole thing. And so to some degree, you have to look at these games as their own positives, and that you were here and a lot of other teams aren't who would like to be.
Yep, you gained the opportunity to be here. You played, you competed.
And again, Gilmore on the keep. Pushes for about 3 yards.
Luke Wyrau with the tackle for Findlay.
Luke Wyrau's been getting his nose in there.
Gain to the Maverick 30.
Leaves him a 3rd down and 4 situation here, and see if Findlay can put him into another punt situation, and then who knows there.
Oh, so they've done a good job of continuing to play with pride. You know, can they get off the field here and try to get something to keep that positive momentum going? A heavy run formation.
Yeah, load up that line.
Yep.
A couple of tight ends. Give it to the big back, and
looks like he's short.
Yeah, Findlay bows its back. You had a whole mess of them in there. Michael Cannings was in there. Also, Wright was in there. So no gain there. 4th and 4, and again, they'll run out the punt team a little bit on the late side here, but still plenty of time on the play clock, and can lightning strike twice.
That's it. Remy's back, and can he get a little juice here, get something, create some positive momentum?
Snap back up the middle. He gets this one off. Remy's going to call for the fair catch and make it at the 30.
Fair caught at the Findlay 29-yard line. 1st down, Oilers.
That time, Harris Nichols definitely picked up his tempo in that punt a little bit. Harrison still leading them out there.
Yes, he is.
I think we're seeing Waleed Johnson in there at tailback.
Back, yep.
Haven't seen much of Johnson this season, and then after things are over, still pushing and shoving, but nothing in the flag department. I don't think there was anything intentional there, just a loss of footing maybe.
I think good job out of the officials as well, too. It's been a fairly clean game. I think the officials have done a great job of keeping the momentum going.
5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5, coming up on 3 minutes left here. Mavericks lead the Oilers 37-14 here in the first round of the Division II playoffs. Hand off again to Johnson. He's trying to pick his way and might have waited too long there. He's going to get forward progress of a yard.
Johnson again, the ball carrier. Gain of 1 on the play, 3rd down and 4.
So 3rd and 4 now for Findlay.
Amon Williams with the tackle for the Mavericks.
Send Remy out to the top. Furlong out here on the near side. Cross the H-back up. Johnson again gets the handoff, turns the corner and shows some speed.
Nice little burst.
Picks up the 1st down across the 40 to the 41.
Brock Galetish with the stop for the Mavericks. Gain to the Findlay 41.
Fresh set of downs here. And that takes us to the 2-minute timeout.
This is
Mavericks 37, Oilers 14. Back with more on ESPN+. Back at Donnell Stadium, a 1st and 10 for Findlay. Fresh set of downs, but exactly 2 minutes left here. And one of those moments I'd like to have been a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Coach Allen there during that 2-minute timeout brought everybody in together and delivered a message there. And you know as well as anybody, we'll talk more about that here in a moment. On 1st and 10, Harrison gives it. And Johnson able to break a tackle in the backfield and fought back, got close back to the line of scrimmage, but football teams are families.
Yes.
And he certainly was delivering a message to the family there.
Yeah, I think most times in those situations, what you're trying to do mainly is, one, tell everybody how much you love them, stay together, right? You want to finish the game with pride, and in this situation, you don't want to do anything that's going to be a bad reflection of the culture, of the team, of the school, or the institution. So therefore, play smart, be smart, finish the right way, do it the right way, and do it with pride.
2nd and 11. Again, Johnson, and not much there. Maybe got back to the 41. So 3rd down and 10 coming up for Findlay.
Sometimes in this time frame, in this moment, the emotions start to hit you, the realization, some of those the stressors, and you just want to make sure you keep everything intact and you respect the game the right way, and honor the guys the right way by going off the field and doing it the way that it's supposed to be done.
So much time put into this, so much off season, so many meetings, so many lifts, all the things that go into that. And certainly those all come to mind here.
Absolutely.
3rd and 10. Johnson again.
Great cut.
Made a great little jump stop in the hole, pushes it out to the 44, brings up a 4th down, and nobody has to run a play if they don't. And with that, you also got to tip your hat certainly to Minnesota State. Found themselves down 7-0, no panic, answered right back. And then you felt like they made a couple of adjustments, and then as we said, a couple of mistakes were made, they were able to take advantage of them when they were given to them.
No doubt. A couple of mistakes were made, and also, too, the adjustment for them, they were a lot more efficient than maybe would have anticipated in the past game, and effective in the past game, that troubled Findlay on the other side. So hats off to them. You're right. They looked calm, poised, and kind of kept things going the entire time. You didn't see a whole bunch of highs and lows, just consistency.
Yeah, certainly you think the experience had a little bit of a factor in this as well. And again, you congratulate Minnesota State, who moves on. You also congratulate the Oilers, who close out an outstanding season, their best within the Division II NCAA era that they've been a part of here. So congratulations to both teams. That's going to wrap things up for us here at Donnell Stadium in Findlay. For Andrea Hoffman, for Stephen Adams, I'm Tim Montgomery. And again, that final score, Mavericks 37, Oilers 14. This has been Playoff Football on ESPN+.